Hello, everybody. I'm your girl, Fellow Mother Carlee, and I'm here live with
Valerie Brown.
You gotta put your name up there. How can I put your name on this? Can I add her to that? So just add a banner. Add a banner with her name. Okay, Valerie Brown, Runway Coach. And okay, guys, we're live while my IT person is doing her thing.
I love it. I love you.
We
doing it too. I
we
love it.
we changed our whole format up over here, y'all. So like now we have to get it together for you guys, but it's okay. So we are here live on today, July the 20th, 2023. And the topic for today is, Miss Valerie, you want to do honor?
Celibacy. Singleness, celibacy, and
Dating.
and
Relationships.
love. I think we're ready for it.
I think so too. But before we get into that, do you want to tell them more about who you are?
Sure. I'm Valerie Brown, Runway image coach. I also manage fashion shows and I direct fashion shows here in Cleveland. I direct fashion shows in John Runway coaches in New York, Miami. So I've been around and been busy.
Absolutely. And I'm gonna say it like this because I understand the assignment. We're gonna say internationally known. We're gonna say internationally known Miss Valerie Brown, and I'm your girl, Southern Lover Carlee. If you don't know who you signed into, I am a motivational speaker, life love coach, TV show host. Listen, I wear many hats, but today this is what we're going to talk about: relationships and love and celibacy and dating. I am actually celibate 2 years. 2 years celibate, 2 years single, and just started today. So that's just a little bit of my business, y'all. So if you have questions, make sure you do put them on there.
Yes.
You guys will go answer some questions too. That's just me getting in my little business. Just let me get a little vulnerable with you.
Yes. Well, I'm not telling all but I am enjoying my celibate life. It's good. I think I have been on a journey in which I'm growing, and how you say loving Carlee. I have to love Valerie. For a long time I didn't even say my name. So it's been a great journey just loving me.
Absolutely. She looks so amazing, you guys. These earrings and everything. Every time I see Val, she looks amazing. You look so beautiful.
Thank you. Because I'm a girl with Val. I got the earrings on with Val boutique.
That's pretty. Listen, I'm telling you, you better plug it. But yes, Val says that she's interviewing.
I'm interviewing. You know what? I just started because I stopped saying that I'm really going on a date because it was just too much pressure. And I just recently started to say, okay, I'm ready to start to go out. I've been busy for a while, but I think I'm ready. Yeah. So I call it interviewing. It's not too much pressure.
Well, I have a young lady that I deal with, and she's a prayer partner. I mean, let's say that so people don't get the wrong impression, people. And she was like, so you're a suitor? Because I kept saying I was waiting for a boyfriend to date, and she's like, you mean a suitor? And I'm like, excuse me? SUITOR, suitor. I'm like, oh, okay. So she texted me while she was talking to me the word suitor in the definition. And the suitor is just when you are ready to court. It's a difference between courtship and dating. You're meeting a person with the intention of marriage. Your intention is marriage, not just getting to know the person, but on another level. You both have the same common journey in mind.
I like that.
Yeah, so
I like that.
It's like I'm waiting for my suitor.
They guys out there, students. How many of you guys waiting for a student? How many of you at our young age? I just turned 56, so.
Is that a question
No,
already?
it said love it. Keep looking good, 60.
Oh, thank you so much. I don't know who that is, but thank you so much. Because she didn't say.
UG Digital.
Oh, thank you, Digital. I appreciate you watching. I thank you for that. Thank you. But yeah, so it's just that it's all about how the intention behind what you're doing.
Yes, I like that.
And it kind of segues into manifesting, or like when we manifest something, it has to do with our intentions as well. It's like a prayer. It's a prayer.
Yes.
You said it here to be really intentional about what it is you truly desire to receive what you truly desire. And yeah, so that's what that is.
Yeah, I like that. I changed some things around for the simple fact, when I was going out on dates, I would meet somebody and then I would just be just analyzing him as my husband. Oh, he's not this. So I really would just be chopping things off. Not tall enough. Not that that list.
You might just say that table.
So I had this list, and I didn't make things easier. It was just tough. You're sitting across from somebody, and it's just uncomfortable. And I would go to these 5-star restaurants, on this first date. It was just uncomfortable for me. I'm just only talking about myself.
Right.
So I had to turn some things around because, if I look at it more like an interview, you don't have to take me to a 5-star restaurant. Because every time we went to this 5-star restaurant, there were some other expectations that came with it. Like, I could really take myself to a 5-star restaurant or whatever restaurant. So I changed it around, and it really, really started to work for me. I called it an interview. We go for coffee, or go to Samira, or go to Starbucks at first. And, I liked it that way. There's no pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure.
That's how you take the pressure off of that and the expectations off of it.
Yeah.
See, when I meet people, I tend to tell them that I'm not, number one, I'm not in a rush. I'm ready, but I'm not in a rush.
Absolutely.
And so wherever they want to take me, I'm willing to go, but I let them know that I'm single, I'm celibate, and it's been 2 years and I'm waiting for a specific person.
Good. That's fair.
Yeah, so I let them know. So whatever they desire to do with, whatever we're in agreement with, it's fine, but I let them know I'm not moving in any type of way, shape, or fashion, and my potential, because they want to know what I'm looking for. Well, what are you looking for? Well, I'm looking for somebody that understands who I am.
Yes.
Who can celebrate who I am.
Yes.
Who understands that I am fell in love with Carlee. And this is what I do. I may talk to men, I may talk to women, I may network, I may take pictures like this. It's okay, So you have to understand that and be strong enough in who you are to date me, to see me in pictures with other people posing. Maybe arm on me. Okay? And just know that I belong to you and that, hey, I'm good with this situation that I'm in and I'm coming home to dig that. That's it, that's all.
I'm the same way. I feel the same way. Because you know what we do? We're in the public. And some of the guys I would talk to, they would want me, like one guy told me, he said, you're just too much for me. I'm like, okay. Like, with the modeling and all that, you're always gone. And I said, you know what? I thank you, but this is me. This is what I do. I have to have someone who understands the things that I'm doing. And let's do it together and let me support what you're doing. But he told me I'm too busy. He likes a woman that's going to be home. And I said, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong, but it's not going to work for me. I'm not going to make myself fit for you.
Absolutely.
So, and you know what? We're still friends. We're still friends, and it's great.
And see, Val, that's a great point That's a very great place to go right into that as well. A lot of women and men shrink who they are.
Yeah.
To be with just any person.
Yeah.
You just decide, oh, well, um, this guy is good. That's why you have to take sex off the table. So you get over here, now you are hot and bothered, and the man that don't want you to live this lifestyle that you've been desiring you've been building this your whole life. And it's hard to just tell them no because you've gotten emotionally attached to this person.
Mm-hmm.
Where if you take sex off the table right away, you can actually make it educated. You can look at this whole thing. You can evaluate this whole thing and understand. You know what? They don't want what I want. It's two different things.
Yeah.
He's almost the right person, but I can't sacrifice who I am
Right.
for any person.
Mm-hmm. Can't do it because I've done it.
Mm-hmm.
I've done it. Oh my God, you go and get your career, and then I'm away.
Oh, that's like,
you know what it is? Okay, it went off. I found out that I sacrificed so much that I lost me. I started back to doing to modeling at the age of 48. I started that, but just think all those years, you know, I was following someone else's dream because this is what I believe. If you don't know who you are, you're going to become what another person wants you to be because you have not owned who you are.
Right.
So once I figured me out, I know what I want, and I'm honest. I tell them right up in front, I'm not going to have sex. That's even off the table. This is friendship. You gotta have a friendship. You gotta have a friendship in a relationship anyway. And once I told one guy, he said, that's not going to work for me. And I said, I totally thank you for telling me. And I told him I wish you the best. He told me he wishes me the best, but no, I'm not.
Yeah. But the good thing, see people over there tearing us up on Facebook. It's something going on Facebook over there.
What's going on?
So the thing is, and that's fair to meet somebody and understand that they don't meet the expectation. And it's not a bad thing when you know who you are. You can't sacrifice who you are. It's so many people out here. And if I'm talking to you, please listen because it's the way to fix it. There are so many people out here who have sacrificed their whole lives for somebody, whether it's a man or their children, and they don't know who they are. You say, well, who are you? What do you do? Tell me something about yourself. They said, we were talking about this last night. Oh, I'm whatever your educational level is, whatever your career is, they lead with that. Or I'm a mom, or I'm a dad, or I'm a carpenter. But you don't know who you are. Can you tell them to be quiet for me if I say please? And it's just like you have to focus on who you truly are to love yourself first. And you have to learn to love from a space of overflow. If you don't have it to give,
that part.
If you don't have it to give and you have empty, you trying to pour into somebody else and you have empty, before you know it, you empty it, you all the way empty, and you don't have a clue how you got there. And now you're hurting to a place of, like, you feel like if you can't repair it.
Absolutely.
Chelsea's a book there.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100% because I did it. I did it for so long. God has given us so many gifts, talent, but that love thing, if you don't choose what's right for you, you'll definitely live the life of someone else, never knowing or never doing what you were called to do. They're happy, but you're not happy, and I don't think it's fair. I think it's unfair for a mate or someone you're dating, just have you focus on them. And they don't even realize that, hey, you have a talent here. I want my mate to see, to bring things out of me. I want to be teachable. The submissive word is not a bad word for me. I can be submissive. I have to be submissive to somebody going in the right direction. and we're going in the same direction. And that's God. That I will not be with from.
You better say it.
Period. That if he doesn't have a relationship with God, he can't have a relationship with me. If he has a relationship with God, he knows how to love. God's gonna show him how to love me, and God's gonna show me how to love him. I'm a lover.
That's
I'm a
right.
lover already, but I can grow, and I want someone to teach me how to love them, and me learn how to love them by focusing on that. But I will not settle. I'm not settling.
You better preach,
I
girl. I felt like I had almost had the person of my dreams. And it was so crazy because I was just so in love with this guy. And I was like, oh, we gonna get married, and and I'm only 3 months out of a divorce over here, and I'm like, oh yeah. I was just so I was just so ready for this thing, 2 years. And I was like, one day I woke up, and I mean, like, I just knew that I wasn't ready to be married again yet. As much as I want to be a wife, I know I'm a wife. I love
What
my
about him
wife.
though? What did he want?
He wanted marriage,
Okay.
and it was okay, but it wasn't okay because I hadn't had time to just be by myself.
That's fine.
And this person loved me to pieces, and I tell you, he loved me so much, and he loved me. I've never been loved like that before in my life, and I love him. I love him to this day because of who he is. But the thing is, I had to sacrifice so much to be with them. Okay, you want to go over here, you're networking with people, but you don't necessarily like it. Oh, you're doing this over here, but I don't like that either. You got people all these. I'm gonna say you can hear what all up in your face, all up in your. But I'm networking, right? When we deal with people, a lot of engineers, whether they're sound, whether they're videographers, these are men.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of these people are men.
Yeah.
And so when you're in the industry, you have to have a person who's secure enough. They have to be emotionally secure.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm looking for that.
And doing their own thing. Doing their own thing. I have mostly men in my family. And they always talk about they like a woman who's busy. I mean, if she's doing something, they don't want a woman up under them 24/7. I could really be by myself. There was a time I would never go out to eat by myself. I couldn't go to a movie by myself. I couldn't do any of those things. Now I can. I enjoy that space. I think if you can't go anywhere by yourself as a single person, that's even man or woman, if you can't go and have dinner with you can't go out with you can't go to a movie with yourself, you probably need to do some self-evaluation because that's a little dangerous.
Yes. See, that's what we're talking about. When you have a half full glass.
Yes.
And you're trying to go with somebody else whose glass is half empty as well.
Yes.
And so you got two half glasses. Two half glasses don't equal a full glass. You just two half glasses. You have to love yourself and be able to spend time with yourself. Look yourself in the mirror and tell you love you. Can you look yourself in the mirror and look at yourself, like literally look into your own eyes and say, I love you.
Yes. Yes.
And mean it.
Yes.
It's so many people that can't even look. They can look at their clothes, they can look at their hair, but you can't look at yourself eye to eye and tell yourself in your soul that you love you. Then you shouldn't tell somebody else.
That's good, Carlee. And that's true.
You need to save all that love for you because you need you before you can give you to anybody else. And I'm gonna tell you, if this thing right here, it's so deep in my heart because there's so many people that are trying to love from a place of lack. And they lose their lives because when they lose the person that they think they're so in love with, they want to take their own lives. They don't know, oh, Johnny gone, but Jesse is that dude, and he's that guy. And the one after you, see, listen, you are a distraction. And see, now I'm over here, I'm living my best life, and I'm going to do me anyway because you wasn't my life. I'm over here about to kick you with this other person, and it's okay. It hurt. Ouch. I'm over it. It's time to move on.
Yeah.
People don't understand what to do with that.
Hmm. And what I've learned too, when you get a divorce, when you're going through a divorce, this is real talk. If you're right in the middle or you just got finished with the divorce, I'm saying go to therapy.
Yeah.
Go, do not jump in a relationship. I mean, you may have when you divorce have some friendships. You know, you like in between of that is a strong emotion. So, you know, if you have some friends that, you know, maybe you want to go out to dinner with, but if you enter a relationship right after a divorce, you're bringing you're bringing over baggage. Because when you get a divorce, that's a death.
Yes.
That's a death, and you I just and especially if you've been with someone for a long time. I don't care what happened, you still have they still have a part of your heart. It takes some layers to come off. You really need to get some therapy. You know, I've done it. I wish I would have done that. That's the one thing when I look back because you know I had a relationship after divorce and it was great, but however, I think it would have been better if I would have waited, got me some counseling, got myself together, but I ended up getting sick and all these things. And you know, especially you went through divorce, you still got teenage kids, you know, you got grandkids, you got a lot going on. You have to take some time and do some self-reflection. And when I look back, if when someone asks me, what would you do now? You know, and I told some friends who went through a divorce, listen, you've been married for this person 25, 30 years. You're still attached to that because you're getting that paper of separation of divorce. It don't your heart is still what it is. That soul is still what it is. And you need to go to therapy so you can get some layers off because you're going into a new self. You're going into a new version of you. If you've been married for 30 years and you get divorced and now you're single, you don't know what to do. If you've been with one person, you've been at home, you've been watching kids or whatever your routine was in that marriage, you get single, you're like, you either go out, you like first you wild out for a minute. You know how you wild out for a minute. First you like out, you know, you go out, you meet this person, and girl, after you have a conversation, you be like, hold up, what's out here? Like, what year is it?
What decade is it now? Like, what the heck? I would tell y'all when I got Val, when I got done with my divorce, I was trying to talk to people. And see, the thing is, everybody is on social media.
Yeah.
They're texting.
Yeah.
They don't answer stuff. Like, what happened to conversation? I mean, can you call me on the phone? Hello? Like, what is this? And then so they you guys get all these little letters that mean stuff. And I'm Googling like HMU. What does this mean? So I'm going to the kids like, hey, I hope this ain't up the bad. What does this mean?
See, that is the truth. I was like that. I'm like, so the letters was like, what is this mean? You know, I didn't know what you know, what certain
I was
abbreviations, like, what is
I had no clue.
That
And
is
one
so
day I
funny.
swear I tried to figure it out if I made up something. And I responded to what I made up, and it didn't mean that. And I went back, I swear I went back and responded to it, whatever. And then later I asked again, I'm like, is it what it meant? So I was like, hey, what does this mean? They was like, it means this. I was like, oh, damn. My bad. Just say what you mean to me. Don't send me nothing. Acting like, don't
we're at one of our functions. I think we all met at a Mexican restaurant or something in Legacy. Well, Legacy or the one that's on Worry about. But anyhow, I said, are you on the Facebook app? On the Facebook dating? I was like, no, I'm not on Facebook dating. They're like, give me your phone. So I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm not ready. It's like, come on, you have to try it. It was one of the guys. Like, you gotta try it. You have to try it. So I went on and I'm like, some of the pictures, like some with the guys were in bed with their shirts off, some posing with the animals with their shirts. I was like, I'm done. I did, you know what? I did end up meeting somebody who was really, really nice. Just a wonderful person. But that's like one out of 100. I was like, swipe, 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 swipe. And then someone was doing Black People Meet. I was like, I'm not. So I went on Black People Meet, and then I saw my ex on Black People. I was like, I'm good.
You were done? Did you throw away the whole phone? Like, did you throw the whole phone away? See that? My experience was a little different. Can you please tell your brother to go upstairs to me, baby?
Yes, I love it.
Thank you.
This is real life, guys. Guess what?
This
We
is
did
real life.
not rehearse anything.
Right.
It
So
was raw.
yes, my son he's being himself. He likes to be a part of the scene. I don't care if it has to be vocal. Usually he'll run through here, but this time he's just a little vocal for me. But anyway, I remember when I went, one of my friends told me I should go on Plenty of Fish. Girl,
Plenty of Fish?
for 24 hours.
Who out there went on Plenty of Fish?
Who saw me? It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Let me tell you.
Who went
I
on?
was on there for 24 hours, ma'am. I got 425 inquiries. And I was so overwhelmed. I was like, oh my God. So I tried to get rid of it. And you can't. It's like an infection. It's like a virus or something. I'm like, ew, what's going on? And so I'm like, how do you get rid of it? So I go on there and I send something to, I'm like, okay, contact us. Hello, Plenty of Fish people. This was an accident. It's too much for me. I'm trying to take down this profile. Can you help me? Girl, they locked me out. I took my pictures and stuff down, but I was told later that my picture wouldn't back up there. Like they keep your stuff and they put it back.
Really?
Yes. So they locked me out. So my password and stuff never worked again. Because I went to go see if it was back up. And I was told it was back up there. But 24 hours, I had 425 inquiries. And I was like, and my brother was like, why would you be on Plenty of Fish? That's where the hoes go. I said, huh? How was I supposed to know? You know, my friend told me to go on here. I thought she was my friend too.
I did hear about it. I wasn't doing that one. I heard that wasn't a good one. But there are great ones. My sister who just got married, you know, my friends know I just got back from North Carolina. I was in her wedding just this past weekend. And she met her sweetheart on Black People Meet. Was it Black People Meet? No. Or was it Harmony? I think it was
See, so many
He's
people are
wonderful. Yeah, he's really Station is just amazing. So
you know why?
I'm
I'm gonna tell you why she got successful. eHarmony. Have you been on this? eHarmony asks you 1,000 questions.
Really?
And then some of these questions are the same. They just change up the words. By the time you have done this 1,000 question survey about who you are committed to this process and you really are on the 2050.
Oh, wow.
It's like they want to know everything about you. Like, but I suggest if you're new to dating, if you're newly divorced or newly trying to find love and don't quite know what you like, go on there and just answer the question, even if you don't go further, because you'll discover some more things about you.
That's actually a great idea. I wish we had just an app that maybe you could just have a conversation. Because what I've also realized, especially during COVID, You don't know how to have a conversation. These are some of the guys. I've been to so many guys. They're really shy.
That's not COVID, girl.
Well, I'm just saying.
Don't blame it on COVID.
He said, well, the ones I know, I will say. They didn't have much to say. They said, I could see what they were really, really. It wasn't a lot.
It's the technology. I think it's technology. I think people are so busy hiding behind their keyboard and everything. So once you get in the person's face, they don't know what to say. They can't delete what they can't filter what they have to say.
I can do that.
They may not be the one texting you. It might be somebody else texting on behalf of. They don't want to. Listen, I don't.
One guy like, I need to see your face. I mean, he said, I want to FaceTime you. I'm like, well, we just met. Can we have a conversation?
Oh,
and maybe that freaks me out. I don't like FaceTiming. It's like creepy to me. After I know you for a while, maybe, but it's just me. Even my friends, that's my girlfriend. I'm like,
I think with these guys, it depends on how well you know them.
Yeah.
Because I've had people, they're like, well, let's go out and everything, and I want to FaceTime you, and you go FaceTime, and it feels gross. It's like,
you checking me to me. And maybe it's that old school in me. It's like you trying to figure out where I'm.
To me, it felt hypersexual. Like, what are you doing? Why?
Did it get that question?
It wasn't even a question. It was kind of like, oh, I was like, ugh, I gotta go. My phone just died. Like, my phone dead. Like, don't FaceTime me. But if once I move on, I kind of get it. If the person is at work, they want to see you, I want to see you, especially with cultivated relationships.
Yeah, well, in a cultivated relationship, I can see, but I think that what this guy did was he didn't tell me. So I was like, whoa.
Now
we're talking on the phone, and then the next thing you know, the FaceTime. And I didn't answer after we were listen. I'm really broke out. That's different. I have to know. And he laughed. He thought it was, he thought it was a joke. But I'm like, don't.
Hashtag that's different. That's different. That's a different type of.
Let me know.
Yeah, because I've had people do that like early in the morning or late at night, like you kind of just catch me in the middle of, and it's like, why? Why you won't just answer your FaceTime? Like, why you just can't call me on the phone? At that point, listen, this is a Carleeism. A Carleeism is this. I have ADHD when it comes to dating.
You guys sit with this child. You guys sit with this child.
I have ADHD, so if you're coming at me with some mess, I have low tolerance for it. Like if you are a grown man, and I like older men. I like my men older. Yeah, I like it. I preferably 10 years or older.
Wow.
And it only comes from a place of wisdom. It's like if you haven't done anything, if you can't talk to me, like I like to have deep conversations. People say because I like burlesque or I like certain things that I'm just more shallow, but I'm not. I get into politics and everything. I like to dive into like history. Talk to me about something to stimulate my mind. Let's go there and have that kind of conversation. An intimate conversation, not a sexual conversation. An intimate conversation. It's a difference.
Yeah.
And so with older men, it's like they know how to have that conversation with you. However, I can say if there's a guy who's not that much older, but is just a person that's well traveled or just in that wisdom bracket. Most people that are well traveled come with different wisdom.
Okay.
They deal with different people differently because they go different places. And so they tend to be more open minded.
Okay.
And that's what I'm looking for. Somebody that's open minded.
Okay. Now tell me this. For you, what type of men you usually attract? Older men?
All of them. Now I attract older guys. I attract the young ones. I attract the women. And I just attract everybody.
Oh wow. But you know what? When you have we call it the it factor.
Mm-hmm.
Some people just have that. It's just an attraction. For me, it's usually younger. And lately, they've been in their 30s. I say, listen.
At least they hit
My,
30 for you. What about the 20s for me,
I'm
girl?
like, my son is 34. I mean, and I'm
34.
talking about, they're established too. I'm
Mm.
talking about got this stuff together. I'm like, I can't, darling. I just can't. I can't sit across from you in your 30s and sit across from my son in his 30s. Now I did. Now my ex-husband, I was 10 years older than he was. That's a little different.
Wow.
Though.
See,
That's
I've never intentionally dated somebody younger. Now, at one point, my friends, the same friend that told me I need to go and play a fit, see, that we're not friends no more.
It doesn't have
Let
to.
me tell you all this. We're not friends no more. It's bad advice had to go. I'm like, you doing this on purpose. So she telling me I need to go date younger. Just go try it. Just go have a whole phase. This whole phase I supposed to have. It never happened because I just can't. That ain't me. I ain't never been a hoe. I ain't gonna try to be a hoe.
That's some serious diseases out there.
Yeah, but I just never wanted. Even me and my body, I'm just so funny about me.
Yeah.
I'm not just laying down with people just because they got a part. I
Right.
just can't do that. And so, but that's the different value system we'll have.
Yeah.
So I go out with this guy. I said, okay, y'all just I'll go. I'm gonna just appease my friends. Maybe they're just trying to really get me to think outside the box. Let me say at least 35. Okay. I meet this gentleman who I thought was 35. Until I said, we all dinner, we had dinner and everything. Now we made it to dinner. It's hard to get me to dinner. Because if you can't get past the phone conversation, it's a wrap. So one conversation, listen, if I in the conversation say, I'm sorry, I gotta go wash my face real quick, you know I'm not calling you back. Because I mean, at the end of the day,
Wait a minute, hold that. Say that again.
I gotta go wash my face real quick.
Wash my face.
Then that means I really don't want to talk to you. This is a horrible conversation.
I wash my face. Wash my face. My goodness.
Like, what? Ugh. Okay, I gotta go. But this brother made it past some conversations. I think we spoke on the phone a couple of weeks, all the way to dinner. We're at dinner, we're sitting here having a wonderful conversation. And I said something about a divorce. And when I said divorce, I saw his head go, He said, well, you kind of give off older woman vibes. About 30, 31. He said 30, 31. I was thinking to myself, older woman, 30, 31. Oh, damn. Then you not even 35. I was like, so at this point, it's like, we at dinner. And so he's like, you want to know how old I am?
Were you
I was
afraid to
like,
ask?
please don't. I said, please don't. I said, see, if I tell you don't tell me something, don't tell me. If I know I am, I said, no, don't tell me. Please don't. He's like, early 20s. I was like,
You're not so much older. And when you're having a conversation,
he looked way older, beard on his face. This man looked like he was at least 35.
Wow.
You just leaving your mama's house. Literally. There's a party.
Okay, he had some good stuff to tell his friends.
Girl, I was like, what the hell? I told him he had to add some numbers. Add to that number. Add to that number, baby. You better add 14 to that. He was like, you are lying. I hate to say that, but you lying to me. And I'm like, no.
You call your girlfriend to say, now, wait a minute.
I told him when I left the date because the man was like, I can't believe it because these girls you killing the girls in my age demographic. Like I can't believe. And I was like, this was playing. And they're like, no, I swear to God, I never would have thought that. And I'm like, so he was like, I shouldn't have told you because all the energy out this room just disappeared. Like, he said,
Oh, yeah.
you just left the room. I'm like,
it's like that trailer, the trailer. I did see the trailer of what is it? A Good Find or
Yes.
that was huge. All right. This is gonna be a good movie. I said I'm definitely going to watch it. It's like one of those. I have to go see
That's
this
why
movie.
when I saw that, it fell in my lap. And I was like, this needs to go with our thing.
Yes.
Because it's like, oh, he can read. It's like you some of these gentlemen.
What about your church? Is there
My
are there any?
I don't
Have
go
you
to
seen
church
any?
now.
Well, places that you are in your have you met like in your same spiritual journey?
Have I met some nice gentlemen along the way?
Mhm.
I have, but they're not like I meet some really nice people.
Okay.
It's just that they're not for me. And it's just not it's either they can't handle what I do or who I am, or it's always something. You know, I had somebody talk to me about my name. That was somebody that I was interested in. And I was like, excuse me? I don't like your name, Other Love of Carlee. I mean, it sounds like they can love Carlee or everybody's in love with Carlee and they might not even like you.
No, that's all right. Just well,
Mosquito.
that's right. Just happy when you alive. I got stung by a bee when I was in North Carolina, so I'm like this. I've never been stung by a bee, so when I see
I
it, I'm
have.
like this.
That's what this
It's
is.
not fun. Never. So I'm like this with everything.
Yes, I'm just like, Lord, I got kids in my head out the house and got closed doors and everything. It's like, Lord, but listen, I'm gonna get that together. Something gotta give. Anyway, back to y'all. There are particular guys that I like, but if they're not, I'm selective. I'm not picky. I'm selective. If we, like I said, if you can't have a conversation with me, that's a big problem. Oh, and also these married people who don't want to say that they're married, excuse me. When I asked God to send me a husband, I meant my own. Okay? That's
Oh
it.
my goodness. There was one that was married on the single app, and he said, I need someone, I'm going through a divorce. At least he was honest to say that he was married. Well, so why are you here? Why are you here? This is it's a
Some
single
women will go for that though, Val. I would say a lot of the
Yeah.
stuff that we're putting up with, a lot of the stuff that we're putting up with, it went that way. But a lot of the things we put up with in this dating scene has to do with women. The times have changed so much, and women put up with anything. A lot of women don't value enough of themselves, and they will do the roles. They want to switch these roles so badly, and so when we meet these guys, they want to see what part of you they can have. Oh, is she going to be a traditional woman? Is she going to be a non-traditional woman?
Yeah.
Is she the woman to say, guys ain't, what?
Mhm.
And we're not that type.
Right.
So now we have to get into the part of the conversation where we say, hey, I'm this type of woman.
Right. Right.
This is what I desire.
Right.
If you can you handle that? Like I'm not asking you that, but I'm thinking that. That's in my quiet space. I'm trying to figure out if they can handle that.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I need some because I'm intentional this time.
Mhm.
Like I'm really intentionally will start to do the interview, like intentionally. Before I said I would do it, but I really wasn't. Like I'm preparing myself for marriage. Like I'm thinking like, okay, you have to do now. Those who know me know I don't really like to cook. So I can cook. I don't like to cook.
Well, you can always have a man that loves to cook.
I'm hoping to have one who knows how to cook. And the thing was when Nick I've been married twice, my first husband, he was like, I can't believe that you don't cook because I come from my grandmother like you have to do this, so the whole southern thing. So he could not believe, my son said, you know mom's gonna be cooking. He said, I can't believe she don't cook because that's how it cook. You know, I come from grandma. Grandma said, you know, you gotta cook your husband. That one thing she told me, yes, you gotta have you a black, she told me you have to have a black lingerie. You have to, this is for my grandmother. And you have to cook that man some food. So to the point she had, my grandmother had me like that where, you know, she said you have to wear your teddies and to the point that I went to, and somebody, some friends, they might remember this. I went to a pajama party. My grandmother put this old teddy thing in my head, you know, I'm married. Girl, I went to the pajama party and I brought a teddy. I didn't know that was for me. Girl, they laughed at me. They laughed, they laughed, and they laughed at me like they had a stars around their head. They had on these big pajamas. My grandmother taught me to be sassy and sassy, honey. So I didn't know I didn't know what that was.
But see, that reminds me of the hen house. Because back in the day, your grandparents,
Yeah.
they would teach you how, the grandmother would teach the other generation, the next generation, how to prepare for marriage.
Yeah.
And it is about being sexy. See, some of these young ladies are outside in pajamas, dirty houses, going to the store. They're looking for a husband. Trash showing. Leave out nappy. And but you know, it's like, but they looking for you. They listen. I'm gonna get really off this is right now. But some of y'all ass married doing this, and you think your husband might just see that message because you think because you're married to him, it's okay because you already married. Your ass on your way to divorce court because a man eats with his eyes before he tastes his food. That means you too. So you gotta make sure you look at it.
No.
They looking like I used to call it wifely attire now. Wifely attire. I'm glad you asked. Wifely attire is whatever your husband likes. So you get dressed up, you get sexy, you accentuate your femininity for your husband. This is wifely attire.
Okay.
Now, if you're not wifey in wifely attire, I don't know what to tell you. If you're a wife, once you've been married before, you don't ever get demoted to girlfriend. You are a wife. I'm still a wife.
Yeah.
I'm just somebody else's wife. You can't like take the glasses off. Say, oh, I'm divorced. I'm a girlfriend again. I'm a wife. I'm a girlfriend. It don't work like that. You see what wife is, and that's why I'm strategic on dating now, because I can't give wife to everybody.
Absolutely.
So it's not that I can't find somebody to just go out with and enjoy myself. Because I was with someone for 25 years. I was married for 17 years. It's that I exude wife, and I can't help who I am, and I don't want to change who I am. I'm not going to change who I am. I'm not going to minimize who I am for anybody. So now my desire is the person that is my husband can appreciate all that I am. I want to give that to him. I cook. I love to cook. I was going to cook today, but I had all this other stuff happen. But I love to cook. I love to set things up. I love to surprise my mate, my spouse. I love to do these beautiful, quirky things for a particular, whoever is mine, whoever we are together. That's what it is. And I tell people when I'm dating, I plan on marrying my best friend.
Absolutely.
And they will continue to be my best friend.
Yeah. And two is, you know, this is the thing. The guy said, well, if you're not going to have sex before you get married, you know, how does he know he did it? That's a big one. I laughed. I said, you know what? When you meet somebody, when you get married, the beauty of that is to explore this newness. It's because we both have had experiences. So now we have our own experience. Because for me, my I would call the vaginal wall, it's a soul. It has feelings, it has a heart, just like your regular soul. It has a heartbeat. I cannot give my soul to somebody that's a potential. I've done that. I've done that already. And this new relationship is with God. That God is showing me some things that I never knew about Him before. So I'm like, I know what that feels like. There is no way. For one thing, I'm 56. I don't have time. Listen.
I don't know why she keeps saying that to me. I have to check her idea.
I can't have my girl out here. You 56. You can't have my girl out here out in these streets. She gotta be a husband. But
Yes.
I can't do that because that part of me is a soul. So once I give that out, and then boom, you're gone. So if you, because you can, we're gonna make new music together because when that time comes, when there's the making love and all that, that's a harmony. That's music.
It is.
It's music coming together. It's a different type of worship. It's beauty. That's the beauty of the marriage part. So I'm just going to, because no, I want to date somebody who's intentional.
That's right.
And they're out there. It's like, no, they're really out there.
But see, now you have to be careful on how you say intentional because you have to make sure you verify what kind of intention that they say you want to have. Because there's different intentions that they have.
Yeah.
But what is it that you truly desire? You have to really think about what you truly desire in a spouse. I want somebody that is free spirited, a spiritual person, somebody who very spontaneous, just like a creative person, somebody that can just look at something and understand what that is. Somebody can match my swag. If I decide to get dressed up and go somewhere, they know how to get dressed for the occasion.
Well,
they have to get dressed for the occasion.
Okay, some don't know. What if
don't like it?
But listen.
Like
what if he's like one who's a hard worker? He has everything else. You're not gonna have it all.
I can.
So you just not.
I can.
Listen.
Look, Daddy God. She said I can't help no.
Yeah, can you move
because
we have messed ourselves. So what I remember I said, God told me this, guys. This is for my brothers out here. I'm up there giving God my whole list. I want him to be tall.
He gotta be a money. I can't do that.
He gotta have this and that. And let me tell you what God told me. He said, my sons pray too.
Yes.
So they have desires too. So if you're not working on you, you want me to give you one of my sons and you ain't worked on your stuff, what about you? I know I still got some broken pieces. So let's go back to the dressing part. Because I've seen it both ways. I've seen some guys, now I did have a girlfriend who had a guy, she fixed him up and he was gone. So they said, don't.
I ain't fixing up. But ain't no building bear here, baby. You better get ready.
Okay, but listen, what if you meet a guy who's really a hard worker? Say, he's a truck driver, and that's what he does, and he really don't know how to dress. He don't know what to do. We're in fashion. I think you can work with that person.
No, you can't. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I want to love you where you are. I don't want to get you and feel like I want to change who you are.
No, you said going out though. If he don't know how to dress, like what goes on.
Because this might be their thing. I've dated people, and that was their thing.
And what do you mean?
However they chose to dress, it was just the way they dressed. And even if I said, well, babe, how do we put on? Kind of nudge in the direction. It don't. And so if I don't want you to try to change who I am, if that's part of me, and I want you to love how I love my cleavage or whatever I want to wear, be okay with it. I want to be able to love you where you are. I don't want to look at my spouse as a project from the beginning.
But what if, okay, I can understand that. But what if you really meet somebody who just don't know, but they're willing to say, hey, babe, let's go shopping. I don't know. What do you think? What's the first time you don't know?
My first I'm gonna tell you what my first thing is I want somebody who that's just their lifestyle. Like so say for instance, I love fashion. I love the talk show. I love what I do, the public eye. That's just me. I want somebody who understands that. That's part of my wish list. I want them to be a person that understand it. Now, can they travel with me? I don't mind. If they have their own lifestyle, they're doing their own thing, that's fine too. You know, I'm flexible with that. As long as they're honorable and loyal person. So when it comes to you looking how you want to look, that's just their look. Some people are really committed to that. And I was married to somebody, and when I tell you, Val,
I'm not guys who willing. They
it was a
just
long
did
road.
it. I dated somebody who they just didn't know. And they said, look, can we go shopping? Because I'm going to be honest, I know that you in the fashion thing, and I just don't know. Said, would you go shopping? I'm like, of course we can go shopping. That's something I'm talking about me. I can work with that because at least they know, like, they don't know, they just need a little, they need some assistance.
Yeah, but you know what?
But he
Just
just did it.
because I just when it comes to making somebody creating them like that, I don't want to. I mean, that's not my thing. It's just I really want somebody who knows who they are already and committed to who they are. Like if that's who you are, I really want to meet you where you are and love you where you are. And I don't want them to ever feel like I wasn't happy with them who they were, or I got with them to try to change who they are, because you can't change who I am. So if I meet you and I say, hey, I love to do this, and this, you don't have to love everything I love.
Yes.
But it's a plus if we can explore new things together. If you're open minded, say, hey, oh, let's go try surfing. I've never done that. Me neither. I would love to try it.
That's it, like,
But
I can't swim.
see, you gotta do something else.
I know.
I love to swim, man. You guys gotta swim. What about Sarah Keller? Sarah Keller. You want to swim?
I'm not gonna say I am scared. I will try it, but girl.
See, now and I have to go on vacation together so we can get past some of these things.
Carlee have me out here, okay? I'll have to call my friends, come get me.
She gonna be
Rita,
like,
where you at?
look, she gonna get her phone, look, Doc gonna get her phone like this. Hey, y'all, what's that? Where's that with this? How she get her out there? Because I used to be afraid of heights and I got over it. I did it for myself.
I'll try it. That's what
When you talk about people that were broken and don't do the inner work, when I tell you that not only did I do the inner work, but I groomed myself out of those fears. And I was so afraid of heights that I couldn't get in the elevator. I would be on the floor. I would be like, I would be on the floor. I lived on the 17th floor, and my apartment window, I couldn't open up the window.
wow.
And my ex-husband, he came over one day and opened the window and he left. And I opened the door and I fell to the floor. Like I just had a panic attack.
Oh, wow.
And so I literally trained myself to get over the fear of heights because I told myself there's going to be nothing out here that you can't enjoy.
That's a good point.
So on my birthday a couple years ago, I went zip lining. I did 9 zips. I jumped in the last one I jumped off the cliff.
You know, you got me.
I'm telling you.
So I've done a lot of stuff, but that's been the one thing, because my mom, her best, and I made sure I didn't do that to my kids. With my mom, her best friend was killed and drowned. So, back in the day, I'm scared of everything. Your mama going off. So with my kids, I made sure I made sure they knew how to do a lot of stuff. My ex-husband, he would take them swimming and do all those things with them. So all of them know how to swim. But that's the one thing that's on my bucket list.
I'm gonna
that I
tell
have to
you,
get past that.
when you have certain fears, they usually are tied to something else, so you release that.
Yeah.
And you really believe that your time is already written for you.
Right.
How you gonna come, how you gonna know it's already written.
Right.
In between is what you want to do with it.
Yeah.
And when I took that first jump, I still was like, oh my God. My cousin told my other cousin, she's like, just leave her. And my cousin Mona was like, I'm not leaving her because if I leave her, she gonna donate her money to the next person that's coming up, and she gonna be over here typing and get that. And she knew me, right? So she waited, and I was like, go ahead. She's like, you gonna do this? And so I
You
was
gotta have
like,
your hype man.
yeah, but she knew that I had did so many things to get over that fear, and this was like the last thing for me.
Wow.
And so she had my back. She was like, no. And I stopped, and they harnessed me. I was like, excuse me, sir, I'm a little sick. Is this going on with me? It's like, it's over 1,000 pounds. I weigh under that. So I got on it.
Wow.
And I just pulled it, and they said, it's time to go. They took me like a slingshot, and they just threw me. And I screamed for like 5 seconds, and I heard God say, stop screaming. I heard him say, open your eyes. And I opened my eyes, and I started looking at everything, and I was like, oh my God, it's so beautiful.
Wow.
And I saw the palm trees, but I was above the palm trees. I was looking down into the palm trees. And I was like, this is just so beautiful. And when I got to the other side, I got off, I was like, oh my God, I did it. I went live. Now, I'm going to tell y'all can go back on my timeline, y'all can watch it. I was in Dominican Republic. Nobody had service but me. But me. And I had my phone strapped to me live the whole time. I said, I look, y'all, I'm about to go live. And I got off and I jumped on the next one. And I said, okay. My cousin, like, you got this? I was like, I got it now. I jumped on that thing and I went. In that last one, we had to climb up this whole watchtower. But it was the side of a cliff. So when you got to the top, you jump off the cliff. And you did it. And I did it. And I was like, and then I let my arms out. I was like, oh my God, this is so beautiful.
Awesome. So now.
It is so, when I tell you,
Wow.
it's so freeing. That's why I'm so open when it comes to dating. My only thing is for them, my desire is for you to know who you are, for you to be a full cup. You gotta be full, you have to love yourself. And that's what my desire is, for you to be extremely spiritual. I desire a spiritual man. And somebody who understands their creativity and is okay with, dressing up and dressing out. I like to dress out. I like to play dress up. And when I have these gatherings, and I say, hey, I want to do this type of gathering, I want my man to be dressed up with me. Yeah. Let's do this together. Let's dress, but we in agreement with
Yes. You definitely have to be someone, because I like to go out to functions. You definitely have to be someone. Now for me, I will take somebody who can, if he's totally willing, because I've met some guys like that. Because I talk about that, and
I'm not in agreement with you. I'm gonna tell you I'm not in agreement with you. I know, but I'm gonna tell you why I'm not in agreement with you. I know you're talking to yourself, but because some people can fake it till they make it. They can fake it. They can fake it until you get married to them.
This one was really a country sweetheart, and the only thing he did was he worked all the time. So he really didn't know. It wasn't one of those. It was pure. He was pure hearted and really, really, and actually thanked me because he's really dressing. We didn't do it. We didn't make it, but now he's dressing. So I think maybe I came in his life for that thing. But I have to be somebody. I'm not saying it, so you can't just don't be about me.
She just got the memo. You see that, guys? Wait a minute now. That download, okay. We don't quit because your whole body there.
I'm like totally like, but you gotta be like,
you gotta be careful what you say.
I said you're willing to, and you're gonna stick to it.
I want you to be ready. I want you to already have a download and know what to do. So we're going somewhere. I had that happen, and it's like,
I don't want a foul mouth person though.
Not that either.
I can't have one who has a foul mouth.
But the guy I desire, I want them to be able to know how to handle whether we're in a white collar environment or blue collar. I need you to be diverse. So wherever we are, that you got it. So we can handle this together, like whatever it is, like a yin and yang type of thing, out old Rick with her pants on.
No, you got, I mean, at a certain age, you should,
No,
you should know. Now that, there's some things you should study and know. That particular case, it was a good case, but there were some cases with my sons, it wasn't. And they were actually offended, you know. You trying to say that I'm this or that, and that's too much explaining.
It can
So
go
it
like.
definitely can. My person is because I do go to church and I enjoy it. That's just me. I want somebody that we're walking in together. Now, let me say this. I'm going to say this. You have to know when we're in church, even if he's a minister, because I've dated pastor, clergy, you know, but that's the only thing they know how to talk about. You have to know how to have a whole different conversation. You have to, you must.
Yeah.
Because a lot of that I've experienced was hiding. They hid behind the gospel. They didn't know how to have a regular conversation. Because I remember one guy, he was a deacon. And I said, let me tell you something. I went to church today. I know the word. I can speak scripture, but we're not about to. We're not. I'm not about to sit there and listen to a whole sermon because for real, there are some things I see that you're not too much better. Okay?
That's that judgmental spirit we're talking about.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not gonna say about the whole pastoral thing, where I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm just gonna. I definitely want somebody who's free thinker, somebody who's outside the box.
Yeah.
And definitely understand when we talk about the universe, what that really means about the creature. Just open.
What about, would you date somebody outside of, okay, say if they were like Muslim or Jehovah's Witness or
I'm not.
what would you date somebody if you met somebody like in another?
It depends. It depends because I'm not a religious person.
Okay.
That's the thing. I get away from religion because that's where the judgmental stuff comes in. Some people who are extremely religious, they get so judgmental, they forget to live. And I'm about living and experiencing life at its fullest. So it just depends on how they operate in the space that they're in.
Okay. So if they grew up a particular way, but maybe don't carry the practice of it.
Yeah.
Like where they like, okay, we have to do the rules, we have to do this, we can't do that. Is that what you're saying?
Right. And they're not preaching to me all the time. See, I'm not looking for nobody that's gonna preach to me. If they want to preach to me, I left it at the church. I left it at the church. When I got divorced, I left the church when I got my divorce. Because when I was at the church want to keep you married. They want to tell you that if you go fast and pray and you go throw $10 at the altar, turn around 3 times and drop your knees, and it's going to be okay. It don't always be okay. And so for me, I was like, I know God released me from this marriage. I know God talks to me. I didn't need the man to tell me. I know. But I kept staying because I go to the pastors and I go to the people and they want to talk to me. But oh no, Sister Carlee, this and that. And I'm like, this is weird. I'm not even. At this point, I'm married to a stranger. We totally outgrew each other. I met her when I was 16, so we had nothing in common. But I'm with you just because I said I do, and it's not fair because it says to death do you part. Well, I'm just at this point, I'm just surviving because I don't even like this person I'm next to. I don't know you.
Wow.
And so I left the church to get my divorce. And but when I got my relationship with God, I became that outside the church building. I wasn't in a building when I got that.
So what you learned is your relationship wasn't built because you went to church. Now you have a relationship with God.
Yes. And so I don't sit back and have to. I know that it's not necessary for me to go into a building. to go have my relationship with my God. I have my relationship with my God. And then I went to church.
Yeah.
Then the
Yeah.
church wanted to groom me their way, but God told me I want to use it this way. But I still did it because the church told me to do it.
Oh, wow.
Right? Because I wanted to serve in ministry because I wanted to let people know what thus says Lord thy God. And I was so strong that I wanted to do whatever it took to get to that space. But at that time, they didn't respect women.
Okay.
So then when I left out of there to go get my divorce, I never left God. I'm not ever doing that. So whoever I'm with has to understand my spirituality. And they have to understand my relationship is not with a building, it's with my creator.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I April Nation, have you listened to that? Where she talks about that a lot. I mean, she said she was married to a minister, and I agree with the point that and since some people use church for hiding, they don't even get to know the creator. They go to the building. They have a relationship with the organization and not with the creator. If that's number one first. Because what happened, this is the thing, what happened with COVID, when you couldn't go to, when you didn't have that to go to. So how did you fail? But he's my, he's my everything. It's not this church is gonna make my, no, I have a relationship with him. And I enjoy where I'm going. I enjoy, I have a relationship. So for me, my cup is full in that for me. Yes. It's just wonderful. But there was a time, I know exactly what you're talking about. I would never go down that state. Yeah. I would never go down that state again. If another disease was coming that I couldn't go to church for, I will still have my relationship because that's the relationship. That's a real, straight up relationship. And those who know me know when I love my God. Those who know me, and I love them because you can see that. And when you love them, you love other people. It comes easy. It comes easy. So easy to say, so easy to build sisterhood. We never even told them how we met before we ended up with that. We just jumped up in here and started talking to each other. They watching. We met. Now, we met. I decided to do a pageant. Was it last year? The last year before. The Bee League pageant. Shout out to the leader. Yes, hey the leader. And when I went, I met Miss Valerie, and she was our runway coach. And I just got tingles all over my body when I said that because her energy your energy was everything the moment I met you. And she connected with my daughter, and I should have always now we have to bring up. You see the video what you do with your habit. It's a sisterhood for sure. Look, I'm trying to I'm not amazing lady. Because it was an amazing experience for us. And my daughter and I went and to watch her evolve. Mm-hmm. She fell in love with you and you fell in love with her. And that it's so much I can say. And I'm trying to keep myself together because I'm having like visions of all the different things that remember when she was she had to practice with the other young lady who was like 6 feet tall, and she got that walk and she took off, and then my daughter was like, oh, shoot, that's all I keep saying, because she wanted to quit, and Val said, nuh-uh, because when they come and see you. You give them you. And don't worry about what somebody else is doing. Give them you. And my daughter stood up there, and that girl was 18. She was in a different category than my daughter. My daughter was younger. And so she stood up there and she looked at Val and she took her position, and when it was her turn, she took off. And you could just tell that she just spoke so much life into my daughter. Oh,
see their testimonies,
Oh
and
my.
they
Oh
just,
my goodness, okay.
it was, whew, I would just look like the power in that
Yeah.
room.
Yeah. And that lets you know when women get together, the power is, it's, because I learned too. So I just did what's called a wonderful group of ladies. They're called the Warriors, and coach them to get them ready to do
The pageant,
Caribbean,
right?
no,
That
the
was the
Caribbean Pink.
pageant. That was the
The
pageant.
Caribbean Pink.
That was a fashion show. I was there for that.
The Caribbean Pink. Yeah, it really was. It was beautiful. But you take those same elements, you take those same jewels that from the past, take the same thing because it is the same. And to see their faces, to see them get dressed, and to see them walk in the power of unity, it's everything
It was
to
a
me.
beautiful experience.
Everything to me. Oh my God, just fabulous.
Oh my.
Well, they did ask them.
Listen, you guys, if you see the blanket, it's a storm outside. You don't know it's night. I don't know where you guys are watching from, but we're on the eastern, east coast over here. It's a little stormy, but it's okay. We keep coming back. Come on, God, do this for us. Let's do this for us. But it was a beautiful. You did your thing. You did your thing with that fashion show, with that pageant. You did your thing. And when I actually watched you, I watched a clip of you when you had a show before this Premiere Pink one, where you praised that.
Oh, Lord. Oh, this is the show. Okay, the June 24th. Yeah, it is my team.
I kid you not, I wasn't ready. And I was watching, I saw you on Facebook. And when you came out, you had your hands out, you did that turn. I said, you know what, God? I knew it.
God told me, I was like, praise dance.
Set the atmosphere.
And I'm like, oh my goodness, because you're gonna do, because you know when you hear his voice. And I did it. No one knew that I praise dance because I do it every once in a month. I mean, probably once or maybe twice in a year. I really don't do it.
That was
because it's
yeah.
very spiritual. It's very, and you're giving a lot. So yeah.
But that was you setting that atmosphere.
Yeah.
See, people don't understand about being obedient. When you do something because God said do it, it's something about that. It has nothing to do with you. It ain't about you.
No,
Even
nothing.
setting this up. And I was like, you're supposed to storm. I was like, okay. Well, we don't have to do it. We can just do it on the. But I set up everything because I saw me last night set this up. I didn't know it was going to storm, but I knew that whatever numbers we had to give were necessary for people to hear it.
Yeah.
Men and women both.
Yes. And two is, I'm learning not to miss out on an opportunity. It was raining because we were supposed to do it. I was supposed to be at home, and then I told him like this storm is coming, but we love it. We love it, my baby. I had to come.
She's like, I'm coming. I'm not coming. I'm coming. I'm not. Like, whatever you say now, I know.
But I felt that I had to be
Yeah.
for whatever reason. So I'm hoping, and it's for you. You talked about being vulnerable because she was like in tears, and she said she needed to do this, and I wanted to back you up. I wanted you because let me ask you this: after you did, for you it was the pageant. After you did the pageant, and did you get what you want out of it to do something else? Did it open up a door for you? Some things we do open up the door for other things.
I don't know if the pageant itself will open the door for me. I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna tell you why. This is gonna be a funny story. What the pageant opened the door for the relationship between me and my brother.
Oh wow.
And we were struggling at that particular moment. I had lost my niece by a drunk driver, ran my niece over. My father passed away. My daughter, I raised my niece. My niece loved me so much. And my kids, she spent a lot of time at this house with us. And so she was going through a lot, and I was too, but I didn't show my vulnerability. See, parents need to stop faking it to their kids. Like, I faked like I was okay,
Mhm.
and I wasn't okay. I would cry in private in my room and come back like everything was okay. And one day I was having a moment and said, well, you don't feel nothing. I was like, but I do. No, you don't. And they did not realize how crushed I really was. And it made me get to a place of being vulnerable. And when the pageant came, I was trying to get this one here to go with me. She didn't want to go. She said, take lessons. I'm like, this one right here. They hurt. Oh, damn. Like, I didn't want to take her for real. We was going like this. Like, oh, Lord, no. So I said, you want to come? She said, yeah, I'll go. So when she went, the moment we stepped into that space is when the overflow happened.
Oh wow.
Because everybody kind of went to her and nobody knew that we were so broken at that moment, just still grieving and mourning. We were mourning so hard. And my mom was talking about her situation, which I ain't gonna get into. It was just a lot. And we walked in there and I was there for me and she wasn't, she hadn't signed up and everybody was like, who is that with you?
She had this red hair.
Who is that? I'm like, who is this my daughter? Like, is she gonna be on there? I'm like, I don't know. Y'all better ask her because I'm not asking her. You know, I said that. You ask her. And I remember Sean walked over to her and asked her that she was going to do it. And he held her by her hand. He put one hand up here and he held her by her hand. He kept talking to her like this. He had her. He had her. And I was like, I walked away. If she gonna do something, it's gonna be because she do it.
Oh, that's good.
So I walked away. And before you knew it, she was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I was like, well, you need to promise them, tell them that, because your word ain't good with me.
Right.
Like,
Right.
you need to tell them that you about to do this. And she said she was going to do it. And I made her pay for her own everything.
Oh wow.
I did.
never knew
I
that.
did, see, because I just knew, I didn't know if she was going to actually do it. And I don't want to keep doing stuff and you're not going to show up. So I made her pay for it. And she worked and braided hair and she paid for it.
Wow, I never knew that. But this thing of you really taught her using that platform.
Mm-hmm.
You taught her to make her own decisions, and she did.
And she did. And she did.
Wow.
That's what I got from this pageant. It blessed our union as mother and daughter. Even with the accident, even with her crashing my car. It was like all of that ended up being such a huge blessing for me. And it's like people have to understand when you think you're going through something, you are going through something, you're going through growth.
Yeah. And two is on that for many women, because I meet so many women, you have to get out of, you have to find a platform that's going to work with you because you need a team.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get around women who's going to help you grow because you're only going to grow in the environment in which you're planted.
Yeah.
If you're planted in a negative environment or a painful environment, that's where you're going to grow. So kudos to you to find it, but first to find a platform.
Yeah.
That was going to work with you and help you grow because the women were just so phenomenal. If everyone had the reason why they did, why they joined, and God used the leader to create the platform, and she did it. She's a bad girl, and she's still doing it. So I'm going to say this when we and I know Carlee and myself, when that time comes that the Vita Hawkins decide to do the pageant, I believe it is next year. You guys join because her team, she has a team makes things one. She has a dynamic team. Dynamic. Mm-hmm. So hey, sign up. And if that's not it, and you see me post something, whether it's a model fall or rather it's to do something to enhance women, jump out and just do it. Because it's not, for one thing, you're not going to meet anybody if you're ready to date because it's all relationship. First is once you get a relationship, you got a relationship with yourself. Mm-hmm. And you got a relationship with your daughter. Now you're doing all these big things. Now this is not new. You were already doing that. But once you got you together, look how you are even flourishing in your business. Loving
Yeah.
Carlee, it is perfect because the first you had to go. You always loved who you were, but you were in a space. Now you back to knowing who you are and loving Carlee. It's the perfect
Thank
name
you.
for what you are doing, and just to watch you and bless it. It's like it's so sweet. Cause we all go through with our daughter. I have one daughter. I remember that season. You go
Lord.
through with them
Lord.
girls. I got one.
What?
But I
It's a
remember
blessing.
it,
It was
it
a
was
blessing.
and she and you know what, my daughter and I went through our thing. I think most mothers are here who have a daughter. So if you're going through with your daughter, it shall come to pass.
Mm-hmm.
It will come to pass.
Mm-hmm.
Learn how to be quiet. Don't curse them out. Don't call them out their name.
Mm-hmm.
Don't. If you got to get some counseling, get some counseling. If you got to get around some people who can talk to them,
Yes.
you allow them. I had a village. You know, I thank God for my girlfriends coming together and doing this and able to help me because I got very sick. My daughter and I was going through some rocky stuff. And I got sick in the midst of all that.
Mm-hmm.
But I had me a team. I had me a village to help me. You cannot do this stuff alone. So before you can have a relationship,
Yeah.
we have built a relationship with others and we have built a relationship with ourselves. So now we are ready to date and we're not rushing it. We're just saying it publicly to people. I said, when you gonna date? Hey guys,
And many people ask me, they don't believe I'm single. People do not believe it. Ain't no way you single. Like, what?
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm ready to have that person, but I'm not rushing it. But at least I'm ready for it.
Yes, yes, yes. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something else I took from that passage. It was a true family.
Oh yeah.
When after that happened, to sit there with Lana and she talked to me, the conversations that Lana and I had that night,
She's so amazing. That
I
girl
needed
is.
that because we were talking about dating, and she was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "I'm not getting into that because that's not authorized." But we talked about dating, and it was like it opened me up to say, "Okay, when it's time, it's going to be time."
Yes.
It's when because it can happen really fast.
Yes.
But you also said something to me after I got mad about my daughter. You said something to me about I was so mad. You told me the only thing just love him. And I promise you just love him. And I was looking at you, yeah, but I was like, ooh, I was upset. I was upset. And I'm like, thank you, God. Like, you guys have to know what growth is. If you know how to plant a seed in dirt and watch it grow, that seed has to break through the hard ground to come up. And it literally breaks, and you can see it crack all around that green piece, right?
That's good.
So it's going to have some turbulence as it's breaking and growing. When you're going through something, celebrate your growth.
Yeah.
As hard as it feels, you better celebrate. That means it's something big.
No, and usually when that turmoil happens, I'll let you know there's something good on the other side. When I look back, I'm glad that my daughter and I went through that because that's my baby. That's my girl. You know, she got engaged. She got engaged this year, and you know, she's doing things her way. I'm not saying, well, you should do this and you should do that because it's not my life. But guess what? It was some other women who had daughters. They taught me, don't say that. Don't call her out her name. Don't. I learned so much from other women, especially older women. I learned the wisdom. So when you learn it, you give it out.
Yeah.
Because you know what? They're going through things too. Our daughters, trying to do this, and she's a young mom. All those things. And I look at her now. She's an amazing mother, an amazing woman. But I'm so happy. And even when they come back and they tell you, Mom, I thank you. It's everything to you. And you're grateful that words are powerful.
Yes, they are.
There's no way we should never call our daughters the B word. run, y'all. She would say something so reckless because I know where I come from. I know my mother and my grandmother and they were swagger. So I would just run. I literally would run and lock the door, lock myself in because I was determined I was not going to say something I couldn't take back. I would run out the house, I would get in my car and go somewhere and cry like a baby because I did not want to say or do something that was going to destroy her because I had power because I'm her mother. That's it. I have power, but I did not use that power, and I'm glad you did, and that was a hard time. But you did not use that power.
Oh, I mean, that was like, it's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be okay.
I was like, no. But then you didn't even know what I was dealing with
I
at
never
that
knew
moment.
that.
It was all that other stuff, and it was just like, and now this, I was just frustrated. But I'm telling you, it was like just that moment that I needed, that we needed. Yeah. And I wouldn't trade any of that. I would not trade any of it for anything in this world. And I've learned how to celebrate the growth when things look like they don't look like what you think they should look like. You celebrate that.
Yeah.
You're having a hard time. Get up and one thing I learned during my divorce was this. God told me the same light that you use to be depressed is the same light that you use to celebrate.
Oh,
It just what determines your celebration or your depression is the way you angle that light.
that's good.
So he showed me that analogy. He showed me the big light they used to use on the at the airport for the ships, for the aircraft. They have it down like this and the light goes down. That's depression. If you take the same light and you pull it up and let it go up, it's a celebration.
That's good.
It's the
I
same
like
energy.
I like that. I like that. Two, I've learned too is when God showed me something like a petri dish. He said you grow in a particular environment. And for me, when that time go where I feel I feel this darkness, I put myself in light, as you were saying. Like I have friends, I have my friend Nika, she has like this really, really soft voice. It never changes, even when she's mad. She's like, yeah, it's still soft. So I have different people in my life that I can call. If I want to get a soft voice, or I even have guy friends that I can call and say, this sounds like this. You know, this was said to me. How does it sound to you?
Yeah.
So that accountability part, I'm able to call my village.
Yes.
And tell them what does this sound. The Vita used to do this to me all the time because really a lot of my growth, when I look at me doing the things that I'm doing now, I can hear her voice because she's such a great leader. I would hear her voice in the back of my head like, "Val, that don't matter. I don't care what nobody says. You're this, you're that." And those are the things that keeps me going because I put myself in places that I could grow. I could do.
Yes.
And that's how you grow.
Yes.
So you look at your success. When I look at my success, it's all my sisters and brothers who come in my life. And even if it was just for one moment, that moment changed my life. Like we have this moment from that became this.
Yes.
Because I believe this. For me, I love what I do. I love working with kids. Because if you can change one life, somebody like Blessing, for Blessing to love me, and she's a teenager, no teenager who love nobody else. I am blessed, and I don't care what it is, because if you can change one young lady, that's 3 generations. That's 3 generations that's impacted by that. So soon I'll be doing what's called a TWP, Team for Purpose, with my girlfriend. Her name is Valerie. And that we're starting at 14. for her to say, hey, I want you to come and help me with that. I love kids. Because if you can get them, really, I like to start in second grade. I really like them at the second grade. Because if we can teach them how to love themselves now, they're not going to have to. We've already went through that for them. If we can teach them on this level,
that's good.
there'll be something. We did it for them. They don't have to go through the pain. We went through the pain, or we went through the pain for them. My babies don't have to go there. We already done.
Why have to recreate the wheel every generation? You don't have to. This is the wheel. Now it's your turn to do something different, modify it, and you make it better and better and better. So what you're doing is you're putting the village back into family. The village, you're putting it back. And you know, that's an amazing, that's so good. Because you know, back in the day, let me go back to motherland Africa, they were storytellers. That, you know, it was all about telling the story from generation to generation to teach. And each person was taught something, but they were able to go with their tradition, but they still had their own too. And it looks like that's what's happening. Even from the B-League thing, people are doing some amazing things. I have met some wonderful people that I am going to be interviewing too. So everybody better watch it. Y'all better watch it. Watch the DMs. I'm sliding in the DMs. Sliding in them.
Miss Nikki be like, I'm about to slide in the She's next for me.
I'm sliding in the DMs. So I'm just letting y'all know that it's been amazing journey with that, like in the beginning, like you said, from the B-League pageant, Miss Davita, yes ma'am. And her mama, Miss Cynthia, she is beautiful too.
Oh, you know what, and she's soft spoken, but she's powerful.
Man, all she gotta do is be the look.
She has that look to give, right? I love her so much. She's amazing.
Yes.
You know, the Davita can be amazing. She has an amazing mother. And a supportive one. Yes. And a very supportive.
Very supportive. Man, that's amazing. I just sit back watching their relationship like, this is amazing. I love it.
It is. It's really beautiful.
I love it.
It's really beautiful.
So listen, we are going to start signing off, but before we go, I'm going to put my checklist out there. It's not really a checklist on what I desire in my phone. So I'm taking applications to the interview, right?
Gotta have interviews.
You gotta have some interviews. Listen, I'm not gonna talk about tall, dark, and handsome and all that stuff because I'm an equal opportunity employer. You could just, I don't necessarily care if they're black. They don't have to be black.
That's a nice thing. I don't care.
You don't have to be black. As long as you are somebody who understands love and you love yourself and you love me and you understand how to love from a space of overflow. I love a man that's just sexy. You gotta be sexy. You have to be well grown. Okay? There's something about a well grown man and he smells good. They just do something.
That part, because you know what I said, there's one more thing. You know what, I dance, so I do Chicago South Stepping, you know, I do ballroom and teach it. So one thing that's gone, and this is from my brothers out here, black, white brothers, brothers. Come on, guys, get back to that counter and get that cologne.
Yes.
No, you don't have the smell, you know, back in the day. That's what that you enjoy about old school. Because old school always smell good. Always, we got. I don't know what happened with that. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what. You don't find a lot of men, and maybe it's the ones that I've run into. You know, because I dance, and it could be tradition. You know, you don't want to be having your cologne all over it.
Listen,
something is missing.
Smell good. No, they're just not wearing it. I'm gonna tell you something. When I'm with a brother, he smells good, he looks good, and I get that hug, and I go home like, it's still on my clothes. I be like, it's still on that right there. It's just the whole package for me. So I can't help it. I'm smiling my heart. I'm like, sorry, y'all, but I'm not. But that's the thing. You have to know that signature cologne and that look for me. It's just, and I will tell you, I fall in love with a person's heart, with their spirit. Mm-hmm. You know, when it's all about that vibe, when I'm in a space with somebody and they just capture that my attention like that.
Yeah.
I'm an Aquarius, so they say Aquarius are intellectual. It's all about the mind. Like it really is. What's that thing? It's all about the mind.
You see 5 7
What?
Y'all know you too.
We are.
My best.
And then we go, hey, we go like, girl, what's you talking about? We go
Analyze
we do,
Always
and
analyze.
that's the thing, and that's the only thing about myself is that I do analyze, and I think that's the one thing when it comes to dating, it could be because we overthink.
Yes. Yes.
We are
Yes.
overthinkers by nature because we're intellectuals. We're always in our head.
Yeah.
You know, so it has to be somebody who understands that. But you know, I'm working on that. That's why I don't ask a lot of questions. I listen.
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear what this man is saying to me. And now I learn how to don't just try to think about what he's saying. Say, well, what did you mean about that?
Yes. Yes. I think women, the guys have said this too. I think every woman should have a signature smell.
Yes.
Because your smell hits you. He should be able to remember that. So, women don't. I heard some guys say the same thing. You should have a signature smell.
Mm-hmm.
Then if when my husband comes to him, he gonna know.
Oh, I got
know
a question now. What if you date a guy you like him? His cologne is not good. How do you tell him it stinks without making him feel bad? Like, how do you?
I wouldn't say that it's
Well,
stinks.
I know,
I'll
but
go with the chemistry. I was like, babe, that cologne. It's a way to say it, because for me, with allergies and stuff, I'm like, sweetheart, there's, because there's colognes when you're going out. There's cologne when you're going to the gym. There's cologne, and I'm just saying, I sell Mary Kay too, so if you need some cologne, guys, I got you. So there's different colognes. Some don't. They just wear the strong. So I was like, well, babe, I think that the smell, that particular smell for it is really, really strong. There's a way to say it. And if you have a relationship, it's some, I think, with your body chemistry.
When you first meet the guy,
well, you can't say that.
That's what I'm asking. So my thing is, okay, if I first meet a guy, and they might be appealing to the eye, and the conversation may be fantastic, and the first date, that cologne is so abrasive.
I've not experienced that, so I don't.
I mean,
like, what do you mean by? I mean, like, it's extremely, like, very loud,
and just it didn't smell good. It was like, I don't want to say my clothes and my eyes watered, but it was bad.
What is this like? Was it like a cheaper?
It's like it was like the great outdoors or something like woods, and I don't know. It was like I don't know how to describe the scent, but it wasn't good. And I've been in high end retail establishments where they sell it, so it's not a cheap cologne, but it's just.
It was just, well, it's what he likes.
Yeah, so how do you, because I mean, when you first meet him, it can be a turn off. And I don't want to be like, how do I tell them to change it without offending them? Because it's like, and then I wear my expressions are so real, I can't change them. So if there's something bothering me, you'll see it on my face. Like, it comes like, woo, you gonna see it on the face. Then it's like,
the guys to respond. Guys, you. Because I could never, but someone, I'm in the medical field, so sometimes some colognes, it can really take, I've had, there's been patients who said asthma attacks and stuff because the cologne is strong. So there's a way to say that. Now, I'm allergic to some candle scents. Mm-hmm. So I've gotten, I've gone places where they had the scent hanging from the, I had to tell them. I said, you know what, I'm allergic to that. I'm allergic to that smell, the strong, because there can be, it's a flower. So something that I'm allergic to, and most have taken it down. But that can be a strong one because,
it's a part of their character. It's like, if it's something
that they that's part of their character.
Yeah, because there's no telling how long you've been using this cologne. Here I come along like, ooh, baby, I would love to get to know you, but you would tone it down a little bit. Like,
guys,
but
I couldn't say.
Your cologne is this affecting my allergies?
So what if you have a cologne that you don't like?
Tell me, buy me some more. I would be like, oh, babe, take me to the
anyway, guys, come get your friend. Yeah, I'm Mother Carlee, okay?
Wait. I mean, if we can change it, like, what do you, because I would like a guy to tell me.
Yeah,
But that's me.
but it's a tone how he said it.
Yes,
No.
and I would like, but see, my thing is, when I say let's go shopping for cologne, I want you to pick out something that's a fragrance that makes you sound good. For me. So that's why, for me, it's different. So let's go shopping. Because for me, I want you to smell the cologne on me.
Yeah.
If you don't like what I have, don't do that. Oh, that's, like, oh, let's go shopping for some cologne. Now, see, with a guy, it's like, how you just, they're like,
So
oh, I
you
got
said
what I
that
like.
women, we will take it day to day. Well,
I mean, me personally, I will.
we probably get understand. There's a way around. I wouldn't say it on first date or nothing like that.
They come back with that thing.
But during the call, now doing it, because we got to talk the phone call. Everything was beautiful, but you know what? Your cologne was a, it wasn't little, it wasn't little loud.
But you forgot about cardiganism.
I forgot cardiganism.
I have ADHD when it comes to that.
Do you guys want a part B? Do we need a part B?
We will be back and see. We gotta talk. Maybe by then I don't know.
Maybe we'll be dating. Maybe we'll do this in another year.
Do what?
So we'll do another topic.
No, I'm about to say we can't do this another year.
Yeah, we gotta re-up. Yeah, we gotta re-up. So that's what we
It's
are.
gotta be more.
Well, we said that we're gonna start. You know, this is real good because we said that we are going to start going on. I call it the interview. So we'll come in maybe another 3 months and just see how things are going. You know, some things that people we've met or talked to. We'll see how that. We're
gonna
do that
definitely time back in
because we're gonna do the homework. We'll do homework.
I got a feeling. Oh Lord, I just got this whole feeling in my spirit, y'all. What? What you got? I got this feeling it just go all up in here and listen all of this heart chakra area.
Oh my goodness.
Look at my heart chakra. That our phones are gonna ring, like we're gonna go on this real
Interview.
So listen,
You want to go on an interview with Carlee? I need you to be in her inbox tonight. Come on. Come, you already know what cologne we have to wear. If you want to go on an interview with Carlee,
so I love a good practice.
but you know, my last day, he was really, really wonderful. He did bring me flowers. And that was sweet, because that hasn't happened.
Yeah, I love flowers.
Yeah, he was really.
See, men, you have to understand this too. And women.
But let me say this. There is one that I did go, is that a year ago? Oh my goodness. I did that, but guess what? I did go on the date that I brought him a gift. I did, I changed it up. I brought him a gift. And I don't think he wasn't looking for he wasn't looking for it. It wasn't nothing like, it was like I think it was like a candy bar. It was cute though.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I don't know if I bought some stamps. I did something, but it was cute. But I bought the gift.
See, but don't think she's gonna bang you gifts every time. So see, don't get it twisted.
But I will bring something.
Just know that we think outside the box while we're dating, and I think that we do that because we appreciate people that do the same thing.
Yeah, if you know what, you draw to you who you are.
Yeah.
Because we're magnets.
Mm-hmm.
So when I meet people, I don't have to meet the guy. All I have to do is meet his friends.
Mm-hmm.
I'm big about that because if I meet your friends, it's gonna tell everything about you.
Oh Lord, she is telling the truth.
It's the truth. If I meet you, I look at who you hang with.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know that's your value.
Mm-hmm.
To me, if I'm a car and most guys look at value and look
say
at car, I'm not gonna that.
Say that.
I'm not because they don't go on sale for what I understand. No. There was a time in my house I was like a Hyundai or something like that. I had to up it up. That's his wisdom. No, I'm not.
It's a different type of dating, don't you understand?
I think you got to get used to this world of dating. It's just different.
It's different.
But we're gonna do it. We're gonna
okay.
try some apps. We're gonna try it.
Oh, I gotta do. Oh Lord.
So what she has to do.
I gotta do some.
She don't want to do the app, but we're going to do a few apps, and we're going to tell you guys in a few months. Maybe about
Well,
like
I'm gonna tell you what y'all do. Make sure you follow our pages.
Yes.
Because when you see that flyer pop up, just know it's time.
There you go.
Oh my God.
She's running away from it.
I'm not.
But we said that we were going to do it before we even started this. We both said we were ready, and we decided to invite you, our friends. Our friends, you have to be single. So please,
yes,
if
for
you
real
know
single.
about one, go ahead on and tell us about it. I think in 3 months, let's do a round table, a family round table.
Oh,
to see.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Shake on
Okay.
it. She's shaking right on the eye. You promise.
I promise.
She's laughing.
I promise.
You guys see her. This is real handshake it. It's on.
I promise.
Okay, we starting tonight. We're starting tonight. Okay? Tonight. I've already did one 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
I did do one.
It's
It was
okay.
good. It was a great day. It was a great day.
I've been on a date this last month.
No, but we said we're being intentional. That's just like sporadic dating. But we
Okay.
said that we are ready, so we're gonna start this journey. So the next, hey, you never know. So next week, 3 months, we're gonna try some apps. We're gonna try some different
Oh
things.
Lord, I'm gonna do it, you guys. I am. I
She's
promise.
doing it. She's doing it.
I really, I'm wholeheartedly committing to this.
Okay, it's
I
fine.
am.
You guys heard her. You can jump in that inbox.
Listen, don't send me. I promise y'all. If y'all send me private parts, I like to share.
Don't do that.
So I will share your private parts with the world. If you don't want everybody to see what you sending me, you better not send us.
Don't do that. We're not doing any of that. That's a block.
I believe in sharing. Sharing your
Don't
care. I will
do
post
it.
that.
No, I'm not. I'm used to get blocked. Period.
So you
Profanity block.
Thank you.
I'm not.
You gotta come right, you guys. I'm just letting you know. Okay, yeah.
So we're doing it 3 months.
Okay, y'all.
Who's with us? Who's with us? So we're doing that.
She ready.
She ready.
See, man, we're gonna get you on this date on this line.
Okay.
One of the two. Is this line or the skirt seller?
It's gonna be one of them. Well, I'm gonna try to get home because
It sounds like it's low
a bit slow up. So guys, it's been my pleasure to kick it with my girl.
Thank you, Val.
Thank you, Christy. I love you, girl.
God, I love you too.
Y'all have to see our baby. What's the blessing?
Blessing.
I put her on the spot.
Listen, you guys, thank you all for joining us for this broadcast. This was an amazing thing. How many guys have been on here this whole time? I love that y'all love us enough to sit in this space with us and be a part of it. Share the broadcast. This will help others.
Come on here.
Hold on, honey.
Oh, Lord, she's honeying. Come here, girl. Look at this old beautiful blessing. So those of you want to model, here you go. How old are you? 17. Wow. I see this pretty red hair.
It's going back to base tomorrow.
It's going back to base tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
That's okay, because you model people over here. Y'all have to see the reason why I'm here. She got me here. I was going to get a computer.
Yes.
But I love her so much. Yeah, that's it.
She loved her so bad.
I love her so I heard
I love it. Listen, family, make sure you understand it's okay for your children to love somebody that's not you. Let your kids love and appreciate, respect, and talk to other people that's not you. It's okay.
it really, really is. And hey, if you got a young person out there, and my cousin, she's 19, and she's on her own fashion show.
Oh.
I've been posting it. Yes, that's her post. She's 19 and she's doing her team. Are posting a fashion show. It's going to be at Union Block. So it's heels and wheels. It's gonna be outside. I'm pretty proud of her. This is what I enjoy doing to get the young people and let them create. So if you see the flyer, come on out. So you gotta support. You got a young person, bring them out and support, and let us support them. I want to see you sit in the audience, and watch.
And if you can't make it, your money can just send the money and let somebody else just spend the money and pay it forward.
Yes, please. She's doing this all by herself, and I'm very, very proud of
That's
what she's doing. Shay. So I will be posting that.
I'm gonna be sharing that.
Thank you.
And we're signing off. I am your girl, Fell in Love with Carlee, and this is
I'm Valerie Brown, your Runway Resilience coach.
and we will be back here with this conversation again real soon, you guys, for some updates. So make sure you just keep an eye on our pages. Make sure you like, share, follow on her page as well. And just run this up for me so more people can get this wisdom and knowledge that is on this platform. I will talk to you guys tomorrow morning. I will be back here live at 5 o'clock in the morning for my 5 second rule. You guys know what it is right now. It's just a motivational moment.
That is good.
5 minutes.
It's good.
At 5 o'clock in the morning. See you then. Bye, guys.
Blessings.
I love you. My daughter love itself.
Yes.